My top, Tampa Bay. Let's roll. It's game day. Rays on the diamond, bolts in the sky, Bucks on the goal line, Bulls ride or die. From the tailgate talk to the bright field glow, you know where to go. It's the JP Peterson Show.
Oh, yes, it is. Look at that red, white, and blue graphic, man. That is special. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the patriotic vibes?
No.
It's Happy Birthday, America. 250. 250.
I have a
That's
confession to make,
long time.
JP.
Oh, God. Here we go. Already. What?
4th of July is probably my least favorite freaking holiday ever. I cringe.
You were going complete Ebenezer Scrooge on
no, and it's
4th
not.
of July
Look,
holiday.
I love the patriotism. I love the weekend.
No,
I love the cooking. I love all things associated with it. You know what I hate more? You know what I might hate more than anything in life right now? Other than people that stop too far behind the car in front of them at red lights. By the way, I need to go on a rant about that one day.
You mean Taylor Swift putting her counter programming America's 250th birthday with her stupid freaking wedding? You mean that?
I absolutely hate fireworks.
Fireworks. That's your thing. You hate fireworks.
And I don't even hate watching them from far away. I hate idiots in my neighborhood that shoot off fireworks because I'm afraid my freaking house is going to burn down. We had a house 2 streets down that burned down last year because they got fireworks on the roof from some kid shooting them off in the neighborhood.
That didn't happen. That's
absolutely did happen.
That never happens.
And in my old age, man, I'm crotchety and I'm like, get off my lawn with your damn fireworks.
Oh my God, you are.
I am. I'm that guy.
Who hates fireworks? Good God, do you hate baby deer too? Yeah.
No, they taste wonderful.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you saw the post I made this morning. There was a dolphin show. There's a dolphin show right out on the boardwalk this morning. Holy shit. I don't know what they were going after, or they were just playing, but they were going after it. And so I got going this morning. Beautiful day in Tampa Bay. Right? Walking along the water, me and Tally playing ball, and then the Dolphins come up and just start going bananas. I think I can just show it to you people. We'll do it the old-fashioned. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'll just stick the video in the camera. How about that? Yeah, you can see right there. So there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the action's going to get going here in just a little bit.
You sure they weren't feeding on something?
No, I think they were. I don't know if they were. Do they hunt after stingray? Do they eat these? See them going? I don't know. This is a closer picture coming up here in just a little bit. I don't know. But there was the pod was about 8 to 10 of them.
Yeah. And
they were it was like a feeding frenzy.
That's cool.
Yeah. And shallow water, really shallow water right here. So I don't know what they were feeding on, but this is way more action than the Miami Dolphin defense. I can tell you that.
I was going to say, we need to ask the Miami Dolphins front office and the Tampa Bay Rays front office if Dolphins eat Rays.
Yeah. I should find out. Look at that. That's like crazy. Sharks almost. It's crazy. Look at that.
Probably some little kid that was shooting off fireworks probably fell in the water.
The Dolphins would have saved him. That's what they do. The Dolphins are the smartest.
The Dolphins hate fireworks too.
Yeah, they probably do. So I wanted to just have a little fun with this today and ask you guys for your favorite patriotic moments in sports. Your favorite patriotic moments in sports. Obviously, the most obvious example would be the Miracle on Ice, right?
My favorite.
The Miracle on Ice. So, yes. So sports and patriotism are two of my favorite things in the world. So, when the two of them collide like this summer with the U.S. national team in the jam, I just love that stuff, and I can't get enough of it. And this is why, I'm even watching soccer 24/7 now because I have to watch Belgium because they may be our next opponent, or Senegal, so I have to watch that match in its entirety. And then, hey, we may see Spain down the road in a couple, so I got to watch that match. But just in general, watching the USA and being part of that, going out with your neighbors and friends and watching these games and coming together, without, our phones and our laptops and dressed up in patriotic gear and cheering for one team. We used to be able to do this. This horrible division in our country is actually a media manufactured thing of the past 10 years. And it's still very much manufactured, in my opinion. I think 80 to 90% of us, we all get along. We don't hate each other. The media can tell me all the time that I hate Muslims, I hate blacks, I get it all. You know what? You're wrong. I don't. Sorry. I don't. I love them all. Just don't infringe on my rights. I'm not infringing on yours. Everybody gets along. We all want the same things: prosperity, peace, love. We all want the same things. And 90%, 85% of us are together on all those things. And if you stop listening to the media bullshit and think for yourself, I kind of, I don't hate that person. Never. Why would I hate that person? Because the media tells me to? Because the way they want to look at the hourglass of history? No, I can think for myself. Thank you. I'm good. We've come through a lot of bullshit, but in the end, as Americans, we all want the same things. And it's never been more divisive, but it shouldn't be. As I always say, Timmy, don't take the bait. Don't take the media bait. And now this, the absolute charade that is news, quote news, like they don't even hide it anymore, Timmy. It's just pure agenda-driven propaganda. For a guy that went to journalism school, okay, I know it was 40 years ago, to see what news has become, and I worked in real newsrooms, many of them, and I know what real journalism looks like. I know how it's produced, and this is bullshit. Whatever this is, it is absolute horseshit and has nothing to do with what's actually going on in the truth. So if you're turning on the evening news every night and sucking that stuff up like it has a kernel of truth in it, you're a moron. Sorry, don't mean to be mean, not trying to insult anybody, but if you're swallowing that stuff, you are not a very smart person. Start thinking for yourself and be more discerning.
But here's the problem. Here's the problem with that, JP. And we can implore the younger generation all we want. You guys need to wake up, right? But the problem is now that generation has grown up in this culture. That's just normal news, and that's what the news is supposed to do. And I have to listen to them because this is the news. And even to some extent, the parents failed the kids in not explaining how the world works.
Absolutely.
And so now that generation, those are adults growing to be adults now. And now it's just the norm. The experiences we had with media and journalism back in the day, that doesn't exist anymore.
And they've been taught that normal. America is evil and socialism is good. And I just challenge any of you who think that, do a half hour of actual research, not just Google, because even that will kill you. You got to look in some trusted places. But yeah, it doesn't work. It's a great idea in theory, but it doesn't work with human beings. Socialism, communism, it doesn't work. You have to incentivize people. But on our 250th birthday, I'm as patriotic as anybody. I want us to have a little fun with that and understand, when I was growing up, the Olympics were a big freaking deal and we dominated. And for the most part in the 70s, 80s, 90s, we dominated every sport, tennis, golf, worldwide. We dominated everything except soccer, everything except soccer. But we dominated everything. And then everybody else got smart and said, you know what? You know where the best training is? In America. So we're going to go use their colleges to become great swimmers for the Bahamas, for the Netherlands. All the, if you actually did an Olympics where they had to perform for where they train, we'd win every gold medal. We'd win every single gold medal because all of those athletes come to train where? The United States of America. Yeah, and as you've seen this European invasion this summer for World Cup, and people going, wow, this place is awesome. Yeah, it is, because you know what? They see the same media you see, CNN, BBC, and they have a completely warped perception of America. And when they got here, they're like, holy shit, this is cool. I thought I was going to get shot by ICE as I got off the plane. That's what CNN told me. Yeah. No? Oh, wow. Look at this. Buc-ee's. Wow. Look at that brisket sandwich. Look at that Texas barbecue. Yeah. We got some really cool shit here. We really do. Hey, to that end, Timmy, from our great friend Jeff Attanella at the Rowdies, he's given us 4 tickets to give away for their July 4th celebration. Really good tickets, by the way. So if you would like those great tickets, 4 tickets to their soccer game, they're playing Charleston FC, 6:00 game. Right after that, you turn around and look at the fireworks in downtown St. Petersburg, which are going to be amazing. Great way to spend your 4th of July. Great way to spend your 4th of July. So if you'd like 4 free tickets, that's about $150, $200 value. 4 free tickets. What I need from you is a great patriotic USA sports story. And the best one we get will win the tickets. So there you go. How's that?
But you have to have not been to a game before, though, right? Wasn't that what Jeff said?
Yes. Yeah. Jeff said he wanted someone who has never been to a Rowdies game before.
A rowdy virgin.
A rowdy virgin, so they can, make a new customer. And they do a great job over there. I mean, it's like, it's not Major League Soccer, but it's high quality soccer, and it's fun. They are, they Savannah banana the shit out of that place, and it's super fun. It's all about the fans having a great time. And so, you've seen these great soccer celebrations all over, for the World Cup, and the Rowdies have their own traditions, and every soccer club has their own traditions. And that's what makes soccer a cool sport. Yeah. And as Mike says, Al Lang is a beautiful venue right there on the bay with the sailboats and the yachts and everything right there on the harbor. It is really, really cool place. Let's hope the weather stays good for Saturday. It's going to be super fun. So yeah, give me your favorite patriotic story if you would like to go to the Rowdies game. So all right, let's get into today's show. Let's talk a little Rays baseball. Timmy, I don't know if you saw this last night, but the big tremendous trio, as Big O loves to call them, the tremendous trio was non-existent last night. 1 for 13. So all the scrubs, as Jeff Passan and others call the Rays, they picked up where the other guys left off. They produced all 5 of the runs. Chandler Simpson had an infield single that he beat out, a bunt single, but I think he stole 2 bases, hustled into second to keep a double play from happening. Vintage Chandler Simpson last night. And he, in his last, I think, 15 games, his on-base percentage is over 400. I think he's hitting like 379. He's been smoking hot. And if he can stay hot, I just, again, love to see him at the top of the order. I think the Rays feel like that, they love Yandy. I get it. He'd have much more RBI opportunities lower in the order. That's proven. That's numbers, baby. That's AI numbers. He'd have 30, 35 more RBIs by the end of the season, which would be a big deal for a team that plays in a lot of one-run games. But that aside, if Chandler, when he gets into the top spot, probably feels a little bit of pressure to set the table every time. And I think he overthinks it. Further down in the lineup, I think he's a little less is expected and he performs better. That's just a mental issue. And he'll get over that. He's a young player. He's now even played a full season as a starter. So again, and that's the thing about this Rays team is they have a lot of room for improvement. And they're 51-33, best record in the American League. They've won 8 straight now. Junior didn't homer last night. He got some pitches to hit too. He got some pretty good pitches to hit, and he hit them hard. He just hit them on the ground. And any one of 3 of those contacts that he had that went on the ground, if he gets any lift at all, those balls are going out of the yard. The dude just does not make bad contact. And it was Buster Olney who just tweeted this out, and I retweeted it. So the national media is starting to get a little bit of a read on the Rays. the Junior, this is Buster Olney tweeting up Junior, swinging at pitches outside the zone per Fangraphs. In 2024, he was at 35%, 25, 32%, 26, 28%. You love seeing this in a young player. Everything is trending in the right direction. Rate of hard contact in 24, it was 29%. In 25, it was 38%. And this year, his rate of hard contact is 45.4%. That is off the freaking charts. He could hit his 100th career homer this year at age 23. His birthday is Sunday. We may well be looking at an all-time great power hitter.
Sweet.
And all of the metrics in baseball, when you talk about what he's done at his age, when you look at those lists, they're not just Hall of Famers. They're first ballot Hall of Famers, every one of them. I mean, so if baseball, if your early career is indicative of how your whole career is going to go, and that is no, easy thing to do. I mean, frankly, it's very hard to stay consistent over decades. That's why very few have done it. But it's hard to see what's going to hold Junior back, because at this point, he's still getting better. Now, obviously, injuries could be part of it, but he's got such a natural swing. It's such easy power. He's kind of one of those guys that it just comes so natural to, and the hands are so natural that nothing is forced. You see some pitchers, they throw and it's like, oh my God, he put everything into that. And at some point that's going to break down. But Junior is just such easy power. So I don't think injuries are going to be something that he's really going to have to deal with. Of course, you fouling balls off like he did last night, fouled one off his big toe. That'll set you back if you get a fracture. But other than that, this guy is trending in the right direction. He's a quick study. He learns, obviously, as you trend and all these metrics keep getting better and better and better. That means you're learning, you're taking coaching, and you're adjusting along the way. And you're now in your third season. The adjustments have been made. They've tried everything on you. In this recent opening up of his stance, I was watching MLB Network, and Xavier Scruggs was doing a breakdown, and he showed how this opening of the stance is now allowing him to get to pitches on the inside of the plate. They were crowding him a little bit, and that's when he went into his little mini slump, if you can call it that. And then he just made a little bit of adjustment, opened up his stance, and now he can get to those inside fastballs and get his hands out a lot quicker. O was talking about that on his show yesterday, how Barry Bonds used to do that, stand right up on top of the plate, choke up, and by choking up, he could still get to the inside fastball. And by being on top of the plate, it not only intimidated the pitchers, but he could get to everything on the outside of the plate as well and pull it. So the kid's got everything. The kid's got everything. But, man, last night he sucked. He couldn't even get a home run. He could not even get a home run. What a dog.
Trade him. He's done.
What a dog.
And the interesting thing about him and players his age is his body really is just now becoming fully developed,
Yeah.
At 22, 23. So even the physical part of his game could improve, the ability there. So.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a marvel to watch. And again, folks, I know people keep talking, where's the extension? Relax. We're in no hurry here. We got a stadium deal to get finally done. And we got the CBA, which a lot of people believe the CBA will limit contracts to 6 years max. So if you want to get Junior signed to a longer term deal, should do it before the CBA. I think there's value in that 100%. Anything they sign Junior at right now is gonna be the cheapest he will ever be. If I'm in the poly market, I'm gonna say this definitively: Junior Camanero's value will never be his cost will never be lower than it is right now, ever. So yeah, if you can sign him to an 8-year, I don't even know what that deal looks like. Frankly, there've been a lot of good ones done with young players who haven't even reached the minor leagues, this year. So, but I think what's key, and a nice segue here, to getting it all done is the stadium deal. So, the news yesterday was not news to any of you, because what was news yesterday, and everybody was talking about, was vis-a-vis the stadium, was Romano's column saying, "Oh, hey, the Rays may have a solution to the city council's stadium concerns. Shifting some dollars around could reduce the city's commitment to $80 million, perhaps paving the way for council approval." Wow, what a change in attitude at the TBT. John Romano doing a column, accentuating the positive. Well, actually just reporting the facts that we've been reporting for quite some time. I'm not doing this to gloat, maybe a little bit. But, it's funny that this is stuff that you could easily say, as reported on the JP Peterson Show for weeks now, but you won't say that. And other radio hosts, I hear you, who kept telling you it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. There's people, they don't know what they're talking about. They just make shit up for clickbait. Yeah. Now suddenly they're, oh, wow, I've been talking to people. Yeah. Really? Yeah. And more than anything, Timmy, this is about, once again, it's about the media. You want to drive an agenda, which clearly people continue to do, and ignore the facts. At some point, you're going to have to acknowledge the facts because it's going to get done. It's going to get done. And you want to be the guys, oh, yeah, we told you it was going to get. No, you didn't. You're the one who said it was never going to happen. It was a terrible deal.
My God, have mercy on your soul.
Because you're running to guys like that, the Wostall grandstanders, and going sticking a microphone in their face and going, oh, he's got a lot of problems with this thing. Yeah, he sure does.
This thing's getting to the point, JP, at least from my perspective here, that it's becoming more work and more effort to be negative about it. Whereas earlier it was easy because there were just so many things floating around out there. It was easy to be negative about it. But now it just seems like it's harder to be negative about it because all of those old things that the information you had have all been debunked now, and we have new information. So it's I don't know, it's weird. I don't understand.
Well, it's not new information. It's information, if you were paying attention and talking to the right people, that was readily available and even new, but you didn't want to talk about it. You didn't want to talk about it. You wanted to talk about all the other bullshit. You didn't want to talk about the real facts, the benefits, the total package, not just the stadium. You wanted to narrow the discussion to the stadium and talk about all what the public was costing and never talk about any of the benefits and never talk to the people like Ken Babby and Ken Hague. You just dismissed everything they're saying as just partisan stuff, whatever. And Alan Clendenin, who came on the show multiple times and said, yeah, this is 90% done. Nobody reports that. You'd rather run to a first termer who's just grandstanding and talking shit and give it credibility instead of listening to the people that have been here doing the hard work for 20 years, getting the job done. That would be Ken Hagen. Just want to talk shit about Ken Hagen, talk shit about Clendenin, tell us how great Orlando is and Raleigh-Durham and every other place. And boy, whoa, they got this kind of money. Oh, they got that kind of money. Like you're almost wishing that the Rays leave town on a day when they start picking a contractor and DeSantis gives them $50 million to start the HC relocation. You're doing stories on how great Orlando is and how much money they have and how Raleigh-Durham is already, they're going to go through the legislature and give you, and how Nashville has all these, But Tampa sucks. They ain't got no money. When you write this stuff and you talk about it all the time and then it's wrong, you just want to move on. Oh, this St. Pete deal is going to be great. Stu Sternberg finally got it done. He's the hero. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, that didn't happen? Oh. But this Tampa deal is terrible. I mean, good Lord. Can we not just be a little positive about the area that we live in? And that's why so many, man, I was on I fell into our neighborhood chat, and this was people in South Tampa and North Hyde Park talking about the stadium deal. There's about 100 different comments. And there's people in there going, well, we shouldn't have to pay for the whole thing. Whoever said you were paying for the whole thing? We shouldn't give a billionaire, just put it right into their pockets. It's not going to the Rays owners. It's going to build a stadium. We don't get anything out of this. Have you heard about the Hillsborough College relocation? I mean, the misinformation is it's astounding how stupid people are because they read the mainstream media and they think it's true. They actually think it's true. Like, when will you learn? At what point do you say, they've been wrong about so much. And when they say it, they act like they're so right. Man, maybe I shouldn't listen to that anymore. You think? I'm sorry. It's rant time, and I'm just losing. Especially when, if there's a constant, that guy don't know it's just clickbait bullshit. He didn't know what the hell he's talking about. And I'm used to it by now. But when it does come to fruition, I'm sorry. I got to take 5 minutes to say, there you go. There you go. And, and most 99% of it comes from, I want what's best for Tampa Bay and I want what's best for the fan. And when people enter the mediascape with agendas and act like it's true reporting and would, if everybody believed it, and the people that are important, that are actually voting on it believed it, it would never happen. And that would be bad for Tampa Bay. And the misinformation people would have won. And that makes me effing mad. Especially when we've been out here shouting it from the mountaintops. I know we got a little small show. We're not a big newspaper. We don't get $1 billion in promotion for our podcast every year. We don't get that. We got great numbers. We reach a lot of people. I think a lot of people, I know this. I know the council and the commissioners, they watch the show all the time. The owners watch this show all the time. The decision makers watch this show. And thank God, because that allows them to come on this show and talk to you and give you the facts. So I'm glad we're able to do that. And most importantly, the 12,000 permanent jobs, the 39,000 construction jobs, all the economic impact that this is going to bring, and the jobs that change people's lives, as Dr. Ken Atwater sat right there next to me and talked about last week. This is not about baseball. It's about transforming an area of the city and our area in general to become one of the leaders in the very lucrative and great PR world of sports. And it also, very likely could bring light rail. So many benefits for the community. And that's what's important. When sports comes together and unifies us, which things rarely do these days, when we can get behind our Rays, when we can get behind our Bucks and Lightning and whatever your college choice is, and our Rowdies and UT, all that stuff, when we can come together, is that not just the best of what we do? It really, in my mind these days, that's my favorite thing to do. Go cheer with our fellow humans about something in general. Go into a Bucks game, a Lightning game, and everybody's having a good time and drinking and chatting and rooting and pulling in the same direction. That's fun. Where else do we get to do that? Except in sports. And as we can root for, hopefully, I guess this doesn't even happen anymore. Who's not rooting for USA? Well, actually, there's a lot of people. I see it. Like, you Americans are like, oh, I can't root for USA. Really? Really?
Wow. I don't understand that.
Really? Well, they're so poisoned. Their brains are so poisoned. It just, all this connects. All this connects. I know we're kind of rambling here, but it all connects. And it's about human connection, which we need more of, not less. If we're investing in human connection and people having jobs and getting educations to get jobs and change lives, what else? What's better than that, man? What's better than that? And people want to, shit on it. Like, no, I'm not going to I'm not going to, at least from this little pulpit, I'm not going to stand for that. I'm going to stand up and say, no, this is good for us. Sure, it costs money. Everything costs money. But it's an investment. And I want to invest to bring our community together and have great shit. The Trop is fine. It's whatever. Come on now. We deserve better than that. We deserve way better than that. We're the 11th largest market. Let's start acting like it. We got a major university here in University of South Florida that's about to become on the biggest stage in sports. They got great leadership over there. They got a great market to work with. We got 3 professional teams that are kicking ass. Relatively speaking, we are still kicking ass. The Rays are in first place. The Bucks have been to the playoffs more times than 99% of the teams over the last 6 years. It's Kansas City and them. That's it. The Lightning have won 2 cups recently, and they go to the playoffs every freaking year, and they have one of the best teams in the league every freaking year, 100 points. That don't happen, folks. That don't happen everywhere. In fact, it's not happening anywhere but here. And we need, and these are things when they come along, you don't let, Raleigh Durham take it, or Orlando take it, or Nashville take it. Fuck that. We're not doing that. We're stepping up. We're going to get this done. Some of you may not like it in the beginning, but I guarantee you'll all be cheering in the end. So let's get after it. Let's have some fun with this, man. This is going to be very likely the greatest season in Rays history.
Wow, that's saying something.
Yeah. Well, think about the possibilities. If you can, step outside all the negative bullshit talk and look at the facts. The facts are this deal is going to close, and it's going to close in the next month. And we're going to be on our way to building an iconic sports complex. Well, I'm not even into sports. What does that matter? It brings people together. And it stimulates the economy. And it brings tourism dollars, which makes all of our lives better. They pay our taxes. They help pave our roads. Bring people in. Leave your money.
That money helps that the city will make.
Yes.
The revenue will fund other projects that, even though you're not into sports, you probably will like those projects. I don't know. Do you like museums?
Like the Hillsborough College.
Do you like the college? Do you like education? Do you like being an education hub? I don't know. Restaurants. I mean, all sorts of stuff.
Yes.
The money will fund, even if you don't like sports. It all goes into that. So
yeah, it gives your neighbors a job. It gives you something to do. It gives you a place to come together that's not a shithole. That's what people come to America and they're like, wow, look at the stuff you have. Yeah. And we're going to build bigger and better. Again, the Trop was designed in 1983. It's a relic. Have you been to these new stadiums? You can understand what's possible. And it's awesome. It's awesome. And to finally match our team and our thirst for baseball here. We love it. And it's fantastic. And watching it all come together is one of the joys of my life, Timmy. One of the joys.
I can tell. I think that's very apparent by everyone watching here.
I hope so. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back and get to your comments. Once again, 4 tickets to the Rowdies July 4th celebration. Just leave a comment. You can email us, jp@thejppetersonshow.com. We would like to have a patriotic story that involves sports, with Miracle on Ice, whatever it is, your moments. And we would also prefer that you never gone to a Rowdies game, because we want a new customer. And we'll get you 4 tickets. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to go watch some soccer and watch some fireworks and go see Young Washington. Yeah, looking forward to that. That's a patriotic July 4th right there, baby. Hey, we're brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. Speaking of patriotism, $250 plus added to your trade-in just for the 250th birthday. How about that? No payments for 90 days. Yes, for 90 days, no payments on your car if you buy a car in July or August at Genesis of Tampa. And the most important reason, cars are freaking awesome. The GV70 that I purchased a few months ago is absolutely amazing. Technology, comfort, performance for the price. off the freaking chain. That's why everybody's talking about the GV70 at Genesis. Genesis of Tampa, 801 East Bears Avenue, just off of 275. Back in the ring. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service you get, $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler, so don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source, so if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's a love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey, JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000, and all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you.
Let's go.
Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show as we roll on here on this I don't even know what the word is.
I don't even know what it's called.
But it's our 250th birthday weekend. We're going to go off. we going to go off. What are your plans? Love to hear your plans. What are you doing for July 4th? There's a lot of cool stuff going on. And what's happening in New York is a disgrace. Travis Kelce. Those poor people up there, bar owners going, well, they got all the roads locked down in Manhattan because of the stupid Taylor Swift thing. I was hoping to have the biggest weekend of the year at my bar, and nobody can get to my bar. Thanks, Taylor and Travis.
Can't believe they're allowing that.
Jackasses. Wait, listen, you should have your wedding on July 4th when, they're going to be the 250th birthday. Trump's doing that big thing. Yeah, have it on July 4th so you can take all the clicks away from him.
The only reason I support this wedding, the only reason I support this wedding, JP, is because they're going to get married. They're going to realize how much they absolutely hate each other, just like everybody that gets married. And then they're going to break up. We don't have to hear about it anymore.
The breakup's going to be worse than the wedding in terms of clicks. By the way, over at the Golden Diamond Source, patriotism runs wild at the Golden Diamond Source. Yes, for the 250th birthday, they are doing the big thing. That's buy a $500 gift card, get a $1,000 gift card. That's what you get, folks. Buy one, get one. The $500 gift card match is underway. Last day is today, July 4th. They will be open all day tomorrow, but you got to get the gift card today. 500 gets you 1,000. So get on over to the Golden Diamond Source and see those great Patriots over there, Julian Steve Weintraub, like George Washington and Betsy Ross. They make it happen on July 4th, baby. Buy 500, get 1,000. That's what you do over there. That's the American way. Love those folks over there. The comments are awesome today. I'm so blessed to have you guys, most of you. Yeah, let's get right to them, Timmy.
Mm-hmm.
Rick says, Tim, for a guy who was born in the Gulf of America, you sure do hate the USA. Who could hate July 4th?
I don't
Only
hate the
Tim.
USA.
Yeah, and he hates July 4th. David Terry says, JP, can you please ask JBB about getting us a face-off guy? For F's sake. Yeah, we haven't checked that box yet, have we? I think something else is coming.
It's still early.
I think something else is coming. I don't know anything about nobody. JBB certainly don't talk to me. I just think something else big is coming. It's already big.
Wouldn't it be funny if they accidentally signed Conor McGregor instead of Conor McDavid?
Well, John Carlson is someone that they signed. And I think he is going to be a tremendous addition. If all of our old geezers on the blue line can play like, just a semblance of what they've done most of their career. And listen, these defensemen, man, they can play late into their 30s. This could be a really, really seasoned group. And not that the Lightning had any trouble defending, certainly in the playoffs. They gave up 16 goals in a 7-game series. Offense is what they needed in the playoffs. And need Kucherov to step up, obviously. But JBB's constantly reworking things. I like the things that they've added so far, but a face-off guy is a must-need. And it's such a must-need, David, that's why I think there's still things coming. Because that box hasn't been checked yet, and it needs to be checked. Because that was costly. That's how, things like that, when your power play is not clicking, and you can't win faceoffs, even though all the other metrics are really, really good. That's how you win a Vezina, Coach of the Year, Jack Adams, Hart Trophy, and you don't get out of the first round. Because fundamentally, they were flawed in a couple of areas, and it cost them. Stefan Gonzalez says, good morning, JP. Any chance you'd ever have Dave Mishkin on your show as a guest? I'd love to hear you interview one of the Tampa Bay's GOATs. Yes, Mishkin's been on our show. And tragically, I invited him yesterday, texted him in the morning, and he said, can't do it today. We're putting Stella down, his dog. And it was absolutely heartbreaking. Stella, if you don't know, Stella's, I think it's a St. Bernard mix. It's just the most gorgeous, wonderful dog ever. And Mish and Stella trained, this took years for them to get this accreditation to be able to go into hospitals and cheer up the patients. And that's what they did. And it was awesome. And I've seen some of the videos, and it's just, I was like, I told Dave, I said, I want to do that with Tally because my dog is just like Stella. There are just certain dogs that everybody sees, because they're happy. Their tails are wagging. And Tally's always got the ball in her mouth. And every time somebody looks at her, they just smile. It's hard. There are a few people that don't, and those are the people like I can always know. You always know who the bad vibe people are because they just, they don't like it. If you don't like Tally, there's something wrong with you. But Stella was just like that. And at 8 years old, it was an aggressive cancer, and it got her, and they had to put her down yesterday. So obviously, Dave couldn't come on the show, but he will. We'll try to get him, back on maybe next week.
Way to bring the room down, jeez.
I know, but somebody asked, so I had to tell him. And it's prayers for Mish and the family, and the dogs are special. They really, really are angels. Kurt Thorson says, JP, I just can't with some of these Facebook commenters. There's already an entertainment district in that area. It's called the International Mall. I'm trying to speak sense to these people. I'm really trying hard. Yeah. I guess, some people just haven't been to other cities, maybe, don't see what's out there in the world.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not an I guess it is a small one, but in an area of 3.5 million people, we don't have enough, in my opinion. Alejandro says, good morning, JP and the Petermans. The Rays are on a roll with a back-to-back sweeps. And again, let's just keep adding. The boys are on a heater, and let's take 2 out of 3 versus them cheating Stros. Let's go Rays. They'll always be known as the cheating Stros, won't they? Oh.
I always were before for me.
Yeah. Mike H., you believe in miracles? I do. Mexico and England should be a good one. Yeah, Mexico and England at Stadia Azteca. Wow. That is going to be monumental.
Are they like international rivals or something?
No, they're just two teams with huge followings, with just absolutely gigantic followings. In Mexico, for as big a country it is and soccer loving as it is, they've not done a lot. I don't think they've done a lot in the World Cup. And this is, obviously they're on home soil against England. That's going to be freaking gigantic. I guess Greg Wolf will be working that game.
When is that game?
Is that Sunday night?
And who do we cheer for?
Maybe it might be on July 4th.
Do we cheer for Mexico or do we cheer for England?
That's a good one. We
hate Mexico because of the Alamo, and we hate England because of 4th of July. So
yeah. Now I can't. I have a hard time rooting for England in anything.
Yeah, me too.
That's a smarmy bunch. Woof. Now I can't reach. I got some friends over there not going to like that, but I got to go Mexico.
And they're just so corrupt, though. Everything in Mexico is so corrupt.
It is corrupt. It is. But it's got some beautiful places. Really, my first cousins are from Mexico City, and I went there many times in my youth, and I love Mexico. Mexico is a magical place. So yeah, I'm Team Mexico. Mike H says, I love when they play Country Roads, West Virginia. It's fantastic. This is the post-game celebration now. I love it. It's one, when the Bucks went to Germany, Nathan Elliott will tell you all about that. That was a big deal. And then they tried to bring it back to Ray J, and it didn't really catch on. I guess it's kind of caught on. Bucks fans, it's Country Road, our anthem now. Because they played it in Germany, and then and this was like 3 or 4 years ago when I went over on a golf trip to Dublin. I was like, at the end of the night, in the city of music in Dublin, and I would close down every pub that I could find. The last song they would play was not, some Irish jig. It was Sweet Molly Malone or an Irish drinking song. It was Country Road. I was like, that's weird. I came all the way over here to hear John Denver. No, where's the Irish drinking song? But I was like, oh yeah, I know the words, so I'll join in. Kurt Thorson says it's tough when top government officials claim anyone who of different ideology is the enemy and evil. Well, it's funny because I know what side you're on, Kurt, but you could be talking about either side, right? And that's the problem. Yes, There was a time when we said, I don't agree with you, but I will defend to the death your right to say it, Patrick Henry. Now it's like, I don't agree with you, and I'm going to kill you. That's not how it's supposed to work, folks. That's not how it's supposed to work. It's not. Both ways. Rick says, JP sounds like he's campaigning. He stands on love, stadium, fire trucks, and dolphins. God bless America. You are right, Rick. Yes. You know, I have been approached by powerful people about running for office. And I said, I live in a cesspool of Twitter sports, but politics is way worse. Way worse. For my family's sake. No, thank you. Mike says, everyone from all over the world wants to come to live in America. You got that right. You got that right. It's the people that hate America the most are the people in this country that are trying to destroy America because we're the most awesome. And they don't like that. They don't like that. Like a virgin touched for the very first time, Chip Clark says. I don't know to what he was referring, but I like it.
We were talking about Rowdy Virgins.
Rowdy Virgins. Oh, that's Rowdy. Oh, yes.
And he's quoting the Madonna song.
Yes. Animal says, hey, JP, I've not watched in a while. Who is your sidekick there? Well, that's a great IndyCar Tim.
It must have been a long time because I've been on like 3.5 years.
Yeah. So we don't say this enough. So FanStream Sports is our media company here. And we have 3 markets, 3.5 markets.
Good way to put it.
Dallas, Columbus, and Tampa. If you would like to start your own FanStream Sports in part of our franchise, please contact me, JP, at the jppetersonshow.com. So we all combine our resources and work together, and Timmy helps me produce my show before, after, and during. So that's why we lean on each other to get these things done.
Sometimes JP pulls the show in the ditch, and I've got to get us out. But most of the time, I pull the show in the ditch, and JP's got to get us out. It's
a constant drama.
It's a joint effort.
It's like Sam and Diane and Cheers. Well, maybe not. Jeff Passan is literally such a beta for his take on the Yankees and Rays, says Stefan Gonzalez. Yeah, so Passan is like, oh, no, the Yankees are way better than the Rays. The Yankees are the class of the American League, blah, blah, blah. And they should be. With that roster, they should be. But they're not. And listen, at this point, we're halfway in. And the Rays have the best record in the American League. I know the run differential isn't what the Yankees is. I get it. But last time I checked, you only got to win by 1 run. I could be wrong, Jeff. I know the game is changing. But if you win 5-4, it's the same as winning 12-3. It's just a dub.
All counts.
Rays know how to win ball games. They know how to win ball games. And defense matters, as does pitching. Ian Seymour, shout out to you last night. He goes 6 1/3 perfect last time he pitched in the what would have been a combined no-hitter had Cash left him in. Sorry, Cash. We're going to hang that one on you too. But this time he just got that over with and gave up a home run right off the bat to Carter Jensen last night. And then he locked it down for 6 innings. This dude has been really good. And it's like one pitcher goes down, somebody else picks him up. Kyle Snyder is a freaking genius. Taking Griffin Jacks, who was, one of the top relievers on Team USA in the World Baseball Classic, and turns him into a starter, and he's one of the best starters in the league. Nick Martinez, Mr. Average 500 hitter, comes here and starts throwing the changeup, and now he's one of the better pitchers in the league. I mean, we could go on and on and on. Brian Baker, now one of the best shutdown relievers, because guess what? Found that change. Found a change. Yep. Make that change, right? And
right, Michael.
It's working. It's working for the boys. So listen, I mean, results are the results, Jeff. We're not talking about 1 month here. It's a pretty good sample size. To say the Yankees are way better, well, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. And wow, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever looked forward to a regular season series in July like I am this Yankee series coming up. I mean, like, this is 4 games. It matters. It's 4 games. I'm a little surprised they're not opening the upper deck for the Yankee series, because I know there's going to be a shit ton of interest. Yankee fan, it's going to be fun too, because you're going to have probably, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see. Most of the last few years when Stu prices out his own fans, it's like 70, 80% Yankees fans. But this time we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. So I think it's probably, hopefully, the other way, like 70-30 Rays fans. But I always like having that contingent from the other side, because it's, it's got that energy in the building. It's like you're back and forth. And, it's somebody's always cheering. And it just makes for a really cool. And then when you win, and they start leaving early, you get the bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you donating to the Junior Caminero Extension Fund. Thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy the traffic. Bye-bye. That's fun, right? That's really fun. And hopefully we can do that 4 times next week. Mike H says 4 games ahead with the Yankees. The Rays are breaking MLB. Yeah. And did you see who had the best record in June? The freaking Miami Marlins. Lowest payroll in baseball. I got to start saying, it's like, Yankees, what are you doing? Red Sox, Toronto. Like, you're like drunken sailors the way you spend money. Like,
are the Marlins the new Rays for payroll?
Yeah, I think they're the lowest in the league.
80, they're at 80.3 million.
Yeah.
And Alcantara is getting 17 of that.
Yeah. Their third highest paid player is Giancarlo Stanton, who's been playing for the Yankees since 2017. And he's their third highest paid player.
Yeah.
That's one of the great stats. And they went 20-6 in June, while the Yankees went, I don't know what, like 11-25 or something, or 11-15, I think they were. I don't know,
like that, yeah.
But they lost 7 in a row. That's pretty interesting. Baseball's a freaking weird sport.
Cleveland, yeah, there's some teams that have lower than them technically.
And the Marlins?
Cleveland's at 78.8.
Okay. Way to go,
and
Guardians.
they're 4 games over 500.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. The baseball economics need to change big time. Mike H says the best thing about Junior is his overall demeanor and great team leader now. Yeah. And the way he, as we explained the other day, he interacts with the fans during the games, like constantly giving away baseballs. Like you'll, say, hey, give this baseball to that person over there, from the dugout. And then that person will get it and they'll wave. It's like really cool. Josh B says the Dodgers hit Ohtani leadoff as well. I think teams value the extra at-bat over anything else. Yeah, but here's the thing. The Dodgers have power up and down the lineup. I mean, I'm a bitch about something that the Rays are doing when everything's working, but what the hell? I think, Diaz, the numbers say Yandy Diaz would have, 25, 30% more RBIs if he was batting down in the lineup. Now, for the Dodgers, they've got RBI guys up and down the lineup. It doesn't matter, right? But for a team that only has 3 real prominent hitters, and you bat one of them lead off, and 60% of the time the bases are empty when he comes up, that's just not good baseball, in my opinion. It's not smart. But listen, Cash knows a lot more about Yandy than anybody else, and Yandy likes hitting in the leadoff role, and he's having a hell of a year. It's hard to argue that side of it. Really hard to argue. Would he be as good if he was in the 3-hole? I think he would. But, why mess with success? I totally get that. But, I got to bitch about something. Yeah, we're not going to put him in the Hall of Fame just yet, but we're talking about Junior Caminero. But, I'm just saying. Guys, he's trending, as you kids like to say. Stephan Gonzalez has to say this. Now imagine if we had a 25-year-old switch-hitting Gold Glove shortstop that could hit 300, steal 30 bases, pop 20 home runs, drive in 90+. And wasn't a weirdo. Yes, only if. Can you imagine if that guy just didn't,
He just wasn't dumb.
Come on, Wander. Can you imagine having Wander and Junior on the same side of the infield for like
both
15 years?
Yeah, I don't know if you could afford both of them.
Yeah, you could. Well, here's the thing. If you're a smart organization and it built a stadium, before yours was 50 years obsolete, and you already tapped into these revenue sources, then and he wasn't a weirdo. Yeah, you could pay them both. Other teams do. Why can't the Rays? We're in a large market. We're not in San Diego, and they pay way more than we do. It's just about managing your team correctly and maximizing your resources. And that's what this ownership is trying to do. It's the 11th largest market. You have a great opportunity to put the stadium in the middle of the market and drive up attendance by 30% and build something iconic around it, just like they did in Atlanta. Well, why not us? And then use that money to pump back into the baseball team. It's already been done. It's a proven model. Are we that different from Atlanta that we can't get that done? Come on now. Yeah, we can. I've lived in both places. Trust me, we can do this. Just put your big boy pants on. It's not hard. If you're Junior's agent, says Mike H., wouldn't you wait for the bigger market? Oh, Mike. Touch the nerve. We are a big market. Just because Stu tells you you're not big doesn't mean you're not big.
Is he waiting on the Yankees to make him an offer or something? Or Dodgers?
This isn't 1975. Well, you get more endorsement opportunities in the bigger markets.
That's not true.
That doesn't hold true anymore. These are global markets now. These are global markets now. If you play on a major league team, you're in a global marketplace. That's a thing of the past. And again, stop believing just because the Tampa Bay Times and Stu Sternberg told you for 20 years you're a small market team. You're not. The facts say otherwise. The facts say otherwise. We're the 11th largest market in DMA. That's how you go by market size. That's not small by any stretch of the imagination. And by the way, getting bigger. Kurt says Romano can't help himself in discussing alternative cities, akin to saying, hey, your girlfriend had yes to you, but who are other fellas that may try to court her should you whiff? It's passive negativity. Yeah. Like I can't imagine on a day when the state legislature awards you $50 million in a budget to start the process, and you're privately looking to hire a contractor. And if you're paying attention, the deal's going to get done. You do a story and a video story as well on how great these other markets are, how much money they have, and why the Rays will end up there. That's your hometown columnist newspaper. You can't make this stuff up. Mike H. says to Stefan, yes, that hurts bad. Still shell-shocked. I have a number 5 jersey if you want to buy it cheap. Yeah. And remember, the past regime would not give you any money back for a Wander jersey. Alejandro says, the most patriotic moment I saw was during the Buccaneers-Falcons game in 2020 while Tom Brady was on our team. I saw Tom Brady play in person for the first time in my life and saw a bald eagle fly over us. Yeah, that happened. I remember that. It was like
Tom Brady for the eagle.
I was like, did I just see that? What kind of moment was that? Like you could hear like, whoa, in the background. It's like, what? Did that just happen? You got to fly over. It's bald eagle comes through. It's Tom Brady. Like, what is going on here? That's a good story, Alejandro. I think that could win the tickets. If you want the Rowdies tickets, I think that's a winner, unless we get something better. 4 Rowdies tickets available for the most fun, patriotic sports story that you have. That was a really good one. And Mike says, yeah, then 3 baby fawns ran out and kissed Tom Brady. Whoa. Yeah, I remember that happened too.
Like a Disney moment.
Kurt Thorson says, name a city region in the last 50 years that was relieved to see a franchise go. Most cities that lost a team the last 50 years required one. Browns, Texans, reacquired one. Browns, Texans, Rams, Nationals, and Ravens. Yeah, and it costs 2 or 3 times as much to reacquire the team.
Yeah, they never did replace the Rams in St. Louis.
No. That's been a big sore subject too.
Technically, you replaced the Cardinals with the Rams in St. Louis, but not since. And that's why their UFL team is so popular. They average like 30,000 people.
At
that game. But and then of course the Ravens moved from Cleveland. They got an expansion team a few years later. You have the Oilers moving to Tennessee and then getting a replacement team. Montreal still hasn't replaced their MLB team, even though they want to.
There was another comment in there. I think it was from Kurt about Oakland too. And it's just, it's this one. He said, this morning I read articles on the vibe in Oakland after losing NBA, NFL, MLB. Terms used: heartbreak, loss of community, grief, betrayal, mourning, brutal, tragedy, weakened economy. Yeah, I mean, again, this stadium, it's going to happen.
And you know what a lot of the issues were in Oakland with their baseball team / football team was the stadium.
Yeah.
That old decrepit rat infested stadium that they never did replace. And
because the leadership in that city is god awful. As in many California cities, local leadership, you keep voting for these people that offer, tell you they're going to fix stuff with free and give you free stuff and all this other. It never works. It never works.
Oakland is so bad. Yeah. They lost the Raiders twice.
Right.
Remember they moved to LA in the early 80s and then moved back.
And that's listening to people like, that have opposed this ballpark. They're small-minded, agenda-driven people for the most part. And it's and that's what happens when you listen to those people. People that don't build anything, they just tear things down. They're not aspirational, they're constant complainers. I'd never want to associate with myself with people like that in any way, shape, and form. And this has been an exercise in that, this whole stadium deal. It really has. As Rick says, when you know the truth, you pound the facts. When you don't have anything, you pound the table. I like that. Yeah. Stephanie Gonzalez says, I'll trade you an Aaron Hernandez jersey for a Wander jersey.
Wow. Where's the OJ jersey in all of this? Terry and Arnold jersey.
Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Stefan says, good to see Tim wearing Argentina blue today. Were you wearing Argentina blue at some point?
It's gray.
Yeah, I don't see any Argentina blue.
Not be cheering for Argentina.
What else we got here? Mike H says, yes, synergy, economic, and cultural development. Yeah, what a concept. Rick says, thanks, JP, for talking stadium again and reviving my drinking game. I'll replay this show later tonight, and everyone does a shot after stadium cheers. Yes. This is a true story, Timmy, from my broadcast career. So I was hosting Thanksgiving one Tallahassee November, and we had a lot of people and family at the house, and I made lasagna and meatballs and all that stuff, but I had to go do the 6:00 news. And so I said, as I left and, perhaps having another sip of wine, I'll be back in a couple hours, but you guys watch the 6:00 sportscast. And every time I say the word touchdown, you got to drink. You got to have a shot, line up all the shots. So I did that whole 6:00 sportscast on Thanksgiving. We had 2 football games with highlights. And then I literally said touchdown 1,000 times in 4.5 minutes. And I said, I hope you people back in my house are having fun, because I know you're hammered. I know you're absolutely hammered. So yes, drinking games for my shows, highly recommended.
Drinking games are always a good idea. It doesn't matter the situation.
Mike says, Tim, it's time for a Jaeger. Let's go.
You don't even know how many I've had this morning already.
Oh, well, there you go. A Buck Skull Game says, I believe it when the Rays start building the stadium. Did you mean to say studium? Like studs?
Study.
Listen, I get, trust me, nobody gets the skepticism more than me. But this one is actually happening. Like I told you so many times, folks, once you remove the impediment, the one dude, this will get done quickly. And for 20 years. It's not been our fault. It's not been St. Pete's fault. It's not Tampa's, Hillsborough, nobody's fault but one dude. And once Major League Baseball got him out of the way, we got it done. That's why it's been so hard when you have one person standing in the way. Kurt says, I got into it with someone who sounded like Miranda regarding Drew Park. It's a lovely area with lovely homes and shops. Come on, it's the worst performing CRA in the city. Needs a shot in the arm. I think it's the second worst performing CRA in the nation, actually. I think I saw a list, and which would actually acquire. And this was somebody brought this to city council. They said as the second worst CRA performer, somehow Drew Park will if the government does it correctly, acquire federal funding in the hundreds of millions of dollars because it's one of the worst CRAs. So they could actually take those hundreds of millions of dollars and put it towards a stadium. And then that federal funding could actually, not the stadium project. They could use that as the public buy-in, and it's federal money and not ours. After all this bullcrap, what if it comes down to that? Wow. Didn't see that coming, but thank you, federal government. Yeah. Because according to that dude who really he had all the paperwork and the documentation and everything, showed it to the city council. I was like, well, there's a nice funding source we could probably use. Okay. A nice little grant from the federal government for hundreds of millions of dollars. Ching, ching. What else we got here? Hot Wax. Hot Wax says, I don't blame them. Soccer is such a dumb, boring, and arguably un-American game. There was some. I was watching I was watching the Portugal game yesterday, and they did, I think, 2 or 3 VAR decisions that completely changed the game. And I'm not saying that they're wrong, but when you're offsides, your foot is on sides, but your body lean puts your shoulder off sides, and they have a line on it. They have AI animation, Timmy. And it shows his right elbow was because he leaned into it. This was Ronaldo yesterday. Ronaldo makes this run, and he just, he catches a long ball, or catches, his first touch, as they like to say, a brilliant first touch, as he settles this long pass with his foot on the run. I don't know how the hell you do that. And then gathers himself and just drills it into the back of the net. This, quintessential Ronaldo moment. And everybody goes bananas. And it's like, oh, wait, VAR coming in, got to come in. And then they come back and they're like, no, you were offside. And he was offside because he started to lean. And I'm like, I know it's right technically, but that's not what replay was meant for. It's not what it's meant for. So now we're going to computer generate. And by the way, how do I know the computer generation is correct? Just because it's computer generated?
That's open to interpretation, right?
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Why do we automatically assume that ChatGPT is right about everything? Because got news for you. It's not. And it even says at the bottom, AI is not always right. So how do we know this technology is right? Somebody told me on TV yesterday that there's a chip in the ball, and when it grazes the hairline of a Croatian player and nullifies a goal, that scientifically we know he touched it. I'm like,
that's ridiculous.
Really? What if you're just controlling that? What if you just said, hey, AI, generate me a Ronaldo being offside by a sliver?
Yeah.
Sorry, I have no confidence in any of you. You're all
can do that in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, right, exactly. And it takes about that long to generate it, right? But it's computer generated, Jimmy. It's computer. No humans involved. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What do you mean no humans involved? That's not true. There's always human
Just
input.
to put a disclaimer out there. No humans were involved in the ruling on this play.
Right, exactly. We're staging a tournament to celebrate the greatest sporting event and athletes in the World Cup, as they're right. That's what we want to celebrate, these incredible humans and what they can do. But we're going to micromanage the brilliance to make sure it comes out the way we want it to for maximum profit. I mean,
God.
But it's funny. We all just go, oh, see, he's offsides. Look at that. Well, you know what? When I was watching it in live, watching the human do it live, he didn't look offsides to me. And he wasn't.
It's got to count for something, right? The eyeball test.
Yeah, especially for a sport that doesn't even have a real clock. We got to, we don't even know when the game's over. It's just decided by the dude. Like, we don't, that's at least that should be definitive. We can see the clock count down, right? But no, for a game that has no definitive end, we're going to micromanage the dude's, right forearm hair being offside. Therefore, the brilliance that you just witnessed of Ronaldo does not count. Yeah, I have a problem. I do have a problem with that, but that infects our football. It's the same way. All right, we got to take another break here. We'll do that. I'll come back, get some more of your comments. And we're going to do, Tim, I'd like you, if you'd like to participate in this, your most patriotic sports stories that you remember. We'll do that list coming up here. Yeah, we still have the 4 Rowdies tickets, although Alejandro is in the lead position here. Your best patriotic sports story wins 4 tickets to the Rowdies July 4th celebration tomorrow at Al Lang Stadium. Fireworks to follow down there on the St. Pete Pier. That's going to be fun. $250, baby. So if you want to win those, put your little USA sporting. Could be any country though, patriotic, but USA will win. Thanks to the great folks at Italiano Insurance, which will soon be known as AJ Gallagher Insurance. They're joining the big AJ Gallagher folks, but you're going to get the same customer service that you've always gotten at Italiano Insurance. That's right. A human is going to answer the phone and take care of all of your needs. They do all the work. You save all the money. That does not change at Italiano Insurance, one of the great small businesses in Tampa, doing business for over 60 years. Soon to become part of AJ Gallagher Insurance, giving you more options and more opportunities to save money. Italiano Insurance, 813-877-7799. Back in 3. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the JP Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our Fanstream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. Fanstreamsports.com. FanStream.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream, FanStreamSports.com.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, and welcome back to the JP Peterson Show on this patriotic 250th birthday weekend for your Team USA. What is your favorite Team USA patriotic sports story to win 4 tickets to a Rowdies match on July 4th? Yep. I was just thinking in the break of some of the great moments. And by the way, the Golden Diamond Source $500 gift card match this weekend. Today is the last day for the $500 gift card match. So get on over to the Golden Diamond Source. Buy a gift card for $500. They will give you a $500 gift card for free. Double your money. Patriotic folks over there at the Golden Diamond Source. And I'm thinking, that hockey victory, the 2-1 overtime victory over your team, Canada, Timmy, that was one of my favorite moments ever. I got to that win, I think, was probably one of the great moments in USA history. Would you not agree? Would you not agree?
Well, yeah, because of the ramifications of it, right? Yeah. I mean, certainly it matters, and then it's going to matter to a lot more people because it's very, very recent. It's probably the last great patriotic thing that happened. But I think if you go back a ways, we've got some pretty good patriotic moments. And my number one moment of all time probably will not be anybody else's number one moment.
That's a shocking development.
Some younger kids probably won't even know that this ever happened. But look, I'm a big supporter of the American flag. I think it deserves to be treated with respect. It's not just a piece of cloth, right? It represents everything about this country, and it's something that should be respected. I always hated the stories of the hippies burning flags back in the day, right? I wasn't alive for that.
Yeah.
But I know how I would have reacted if I'd have saw somebody do it in person. JP, I'm sure you know the experience. Chicago Cubs outfielder Rick Monday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
1976 season. It was in April, I think. As 2 protesters, a father and a son, ran out onto the field at Dodger Stadium and started to burn an American flag in front of everybody on national TV. Rick Monday spent 6 years as a Marine, and he's in the outfield. And he sees this happening in front of him. As they were dousing the flag in gasoline and getting ready to burn it, he came in and grabbed the flag, getting gasoline, by the way, all over himself to save the flag. And then the security came out and, got the father and son combo. That wasn't happening on his watch on his field.
That was pretty awesome.
And to me, that's, again, it's a little obscure, younger. I mean, if you ever see video of it, it's amazing. It gives you chills just watching it.
Yeah, love that.
That's probably my favorite.
That's a good one. That was a good one. Great recall there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I go back in time, but that Jack Hughes goal was pretty special this year. I mean, as far as that was a big one. That, and obviously the Miracle on Ice. I was my junior year of high school, 1980, but we didn't really. It happened so late at night. We really didn't celebrate it together. We weren't watching it together. That was an amazing moment. But this one, we all watched together. We all watched it live. We all watched together, the Canada thing, all the setup. It was really, really cool. No question about it.
Yeah.
Also in my youth, Mark Spitz, the 7 gold medals in the 72 Olympics. That was a big one.
And going back to the Miracle on Ice, I think it's also has a lot to do because of who the opponent was, right?
Of course.
The Russians, like that has a lot to do with it.
Yes. And in the time of the Cold War. I mean, it just doesn't
the height
get
of the Cold War. Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty damn good. You won't just because USA soccer is big, but in 2010 in the World Cup, Landon Donovan's extra time winner against Algeria is, low key a pretty damn good one, because we were all into the World Cup at that particular time. And it seemed like a big one at the time. Carly Lloyd's hat trick in the 2015 World Cup final versus Japan, women's soccer. The 72 Olympics, Simone Biles in the 2024 Olympics. That performance was incredible. Carrie Strug at the 96 games is still a special one for me.
I can't believe that's been 30 years ago.
That was like, I mean, I remember we watched it all, take place. It's like, and that was the dream team, the Magnificent Seven, I think they called them. And they were in danger of losing. And Carrie Strug turns her ankle, literally, and fractured her ankle.
Yeah.
In that moment, but they needed her to do one more vault. And she, and with her takeoff, like when she hits that vault on her broken ankle, and she knows this, she needs to
land it
to score. So she's doing you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Like when she hits that, the horse or whatever it is, like what's going to happen? And she pops it up and hits it and lands it perfectly, and then takes a hop and has to be carried off in Bella Caroli's. I mean, come on. So gymnastics gold. I'm getting a little teary-eyed right now. I mean, are you kidding me?
So I don't follow soccer. I haven't watched a lot of soccer, but one soccer instance, and JP, you'll have to tell me where this might rank with people, because it's the only one I can think of in women's soccer, and that's the Brandy Chastain goal.
Huge.
That was for a World Cup, right?
Yeah. That was to win the World Cup on PKs. She drilled the game winner, and then
took her shirt off.
Famously took her jersey off to show her sports bra, which of course women wear everywhere now. Oh my God, she showed her bra. Yeah, that was almost bigger story than she just won the World Cup.
Right.
Yeah. No, that was a humongous one. That was such a sense of pride. But in the Atlanta Olympics, Michael Johnson's golden shoes, that was in the 200. That was amazing. I remember watching that, and him, the picture of him and the clock, right next to that was pretty big.
Dallas guy, we see him around here all the time. He used to have this
1932. Yeah.
He used to have this Michael Johnson Sports Performance Center here in Plano that a ton of local kid athletes, teenagers, regardless of the sport, would go to train, and he'd get them ready for like even the NFL draft. He got kids ready for the NFL draft here. I think he's since closed it, but yeah, we see him around here all the time. He's a good dude.
Yeah. And I also think back to my youth and watching, Jimmy Connors conquer Wimbledon, some epic matches, and just some of the best. Pete Sampras represented Tampa Bay, and he trained at Saddlebrook for many years. We dominated, I think it was on the 4th of July when Jim Courier won. Was playing. Was it one of Courier's wins? I believe was on 4th of July. He'll kill me for not remembering that, but those were moments like Chrissy Everett was a great American tennis player. We dominated. Serena winning on 4th of July. I think that went down one year. Those when we used to dominate men's and women's tennis. That doesn't happen anymore. But yeah, good stuff. Hot Wax says, for my generation, the USA winning both hockey gold medals at the Olympics, especially the men's, is our miracle on ice. I must confess I was more surprised when the men won that than excited at first. Oh, this year or 1980?
Sure,
yeah, we were heavy underdogs. And as you remember in that game, Canada was the better team for most of the game, but Hellebuck and, that's hockey. That's hockey.
Just don't talk to John Cooper about all of this, okay?
Yeah, we don't mention that. You don't talk about it much, around the Lightning.
No, can't.
And Hot Wax says, yeah, but when the women, I screamed when they won. Yeah, yes, because we had the double golds. Hot Wax says, and both teams did it in overtime in the most spectacular fashion imaginable, though arguably more spectacular with the women. Yeah, what was it? Hillary, what was the girl's name? Oh, Megan. I don't remember her name. Who scored the gold medal?
I'll look it up. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. Keller? Yeah.
Maybe. She's no Cami Granado. I'm going to tell you that right now.
What else we got here? Mike H says, how about when you're sitting in an open air stadium and the fighter jets go screaming by? That's some good stuff. Oh, I love the flyover.
It was Megan Keller, by the way. Good job.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So Taylor Swift had to hijack the 4th of July to make it all about them. Yeah. Am I the only one that finds that grotesque?
No, I think everyone does.
The timing is really, really weird.
It just shows how beloved
of all weekends and all places that you could have picked to get married. You picked the 4th of July at Madison Square Garden so they could shut down all the roads for you.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a pretty selfish. And I'm a closet Tay-Tay fan.
You are.
And my lovely daughter Shay we were chatting about this yesterday. I'm like, honey, Tay-Tay's pissing me off. And she's like, Dad, stop it. Yeah, but we agreed to disagree on that one, but laughed, of course. Nathan Stout says, when I was a kid, my dad took us to see Barry Bonds play at Old Three River Stadium. Junior Caminero has the potential to be a Bonds, Griffey, McGuire, Pujols. We are lucky to have this opportunity with Junior. We are. As I've said for many years about Kucherov and Vasilevsky and the Lightning and Stammer and Hetty and the whole group, Cooper, like we're watching special stuff. This is Edmonton Oilers, New York Islanders. This is generational stuff that we're watching. 4 Hall of Famers, John Cooper. I mean, these guys will go down in hockey history, this run that the Lightning are on. If they can get one more, it really completes the dynasty. 2 is like, okay, you're close. I think you need 3 or more to really call it a dynasty. Yeah. Even though when you look at their 13-year run, like it's incomparable anywhere in hockey. Like this is been, and even Kucherov's performance this year, that 50-game stretch that he went on, not since Gretzky. I mean, we're witnessing special stuff. And with Junior, yeah, we're witnessing really special stuff. Even last night, I was on the edge of my seat. You got to get one more at bat. Can he do 7 in a row? Can he get to 8 and tie the record? And we're lucky. We're lucky to have a guy like that. And hopefully, and I think when we get this deal done, the extension, I'm not going to say right after, it's just, it's just a natural evolution. They may want to wait till after the CBA is done. Which would be fine. We're in no hurry to sign Junior. He's making plenty of money. He'll get plenty of money in the bonus pool as well. Stefan Gonzalez says RPI to Stella. Yeah, in doggy heaven now. Absolutely. Right Brain says Hot Wax 9376 and football isn't dumb. Sticking up for soccer. Most of the players that played got CTE and other head traumas. Hey, now
that's just not true. It's not most players. It's a very small percentage, although it's still tragic. And I will rebut with this. I know nothing about soccer, but I know enough to know that soccer players are also diagnosed with CTE because of the heading and the injuries. Mm-hmm. So it's no different.
Yeah. And young kids should not be heading soccer balls.
Shouldn't be throwing curveballs, and they shouldn't be hitting soccer balls.
It's true. You're growing and you're developing. That's not good. Your brain's supposed to be developing, not getting hit in the head. Because those shots to the head, like from a soccer ball, are no joke.
No.
Yeah. I mean, if you obviously you want to get them on the on the hard part of your head, but when you don't, it can hurt.
Surprised they don't wear like soft helmets or something.
Buck Skull Game asked me if JP are Rays buyers at the deadline. Of course they are. Of course they are. Come on now. What else we got here? If I don't like to, you guys are arguing back and forth. Yeah, we're not going to get into the politics of it. Not today, folks. Hot Wax said it. I thought Molly Malone was a drinking song too, probably because of Disney Channel's Luck of the Irish. No, it is. I think all Irish songs are drinking songs. If we're being honest, yes, they're all drinking songs. Kurt Thorson said, I went to the Bucks game in Munich. The 2-minute warning at the end of the game, Country Roads, whole stadium. It was amazing. They played that instrumental and the whole stadium sang in Germany. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's the song in Europe. And it has been for a while. I brought that back a few years ago. I told you about that. I'm like, it's weird. But yeah. What else we got going here?
Somewhere John Denver's rolling over in his grave.
Yes. Kurt says, Evan Klosky with a fun fact. Yandy Aranda Jr. have had 6 games with no RBIs. The first 5 were shutout losses. Last night was the first dub. Cheers to the 4 through 9 hole. Yeah. How about that? Yeah, they came through last night big time. And if they can get going, if those guys can just add a little bit, again, like we look at this team at 51-33 and first place. There's so much room to grow. So much room to grow. Like this team, if they make the right additions, I mean, you're right. I mean, you're going to go to the playoffs. You would take a monument. Oh, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, watch out.
I mean, this team can get a lot better, which is, interesting.
Seems like somewhere around the end of October last year, we were saying what a monumental collapse it would take for the Bucks to miss the playoffs.
Yes. Yeah.
We don't jinx that again.
My bad. Kurt says, no matter the opponent, the tarps off section chants, Yankees sucks. It'll be fun when it's actually the Yankees in town. Yeah, I know. That group has really changed the entire vibe of the Trop. And I love it. And it's mostly young guys showing up, having a few beers, watching baseball, taking their shirts off and twirling around. What's more American than that, Timmy?
That's about it. They need to be driving Chevrolets and eating apple pie at the stadium, and it'd be more American. That's about it.
That's right. Tarps Off is an American patriotic movement in celebration of America's pastime. Baseball. Yes. Although they did it at USF this year. All the USF students. Yeah. I remember.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they did.
They were up in the top, and then they moved to the other side.
Yep.
And grew by twice. That was fun. Mike H. asks, the Rays might currently be built to slay the Dodgers in the postseason.
Well, I mean, the only way they're meeting is in the World Series.
How so, though? Like, how are they built? Because pitching and defense, you just, it's hard. It's hard to stop that 1 through 9 all-star freaking
joke, man.
It's just, and then if they get their pitchers back, forget about it. Forget about it. What else we got here? Michael LaRue says the Lightning have 14 forwards on the roster, and that doesn't include Sam O'Reilly or Dylan Duke. Someone is getting traded. Yep. That's what I'm thinking, Michael. There's, they got Carlson, which is a great ad. He's arguably the best defenseman in Capitals history. But he's 36. But 2 years, he should be fine. But it just feels like there's another big move coming. Because, again, we haven't addressed the face-off deal. We got 14 forwards, 8 defensemen now, NHL-ready defensemen. Yeah, I think could be a Zach Werenski move. Can you imagine if we kept Werenski? if we got to give up JJ Moser, which we probably would have to, still, you got 2 Norris Trophy winners in Hedman and Werenski and Carlson and McDonough. Holy shit.
I thought he was staying in Columbus.
Is he? Is that a done deal?
I thought I saw that. Maybe not. Maybe I just saw the.
No, you might be right. You might be right. This is another one. Kurt says, another argument that hurts my brain. If Tampa people aren't willing to go to St. Pete for games, they won't go to Tampa for games. What? Majority of Rays attendees at the Trop are not from Pinellas, by the way. Yeah, I mean, most of the fans that go to the Trop are from Hillsborough County. So we're saying that they'll go to less games if they move to Hillsborough County? Yeah. Danny Boy says, hopefully soon the Rowdies will have their own stadium in Ybor Harbor. Yeah, this is a definite maybe. No, Mr. Gasworks, Daryl Shaw, who purchased that whole area right there. If you go down the Selman in downtown Tampa, you look to your right, you'll see the big silos in the shipyard. Well, he purchased all that. They're going to move the shipyard and the silos and build another entertainment district, downtown Tampa, condos, retail, everything. They're putting in another cruise ship port there, or little slip there, which is almost done, by the way. And so they can get more cruise ships in. It's, again, folks, lean into it. And Tampa Bay, even though it's obviously got way more expensive, think about this. The more they build in terms of apartments, condos, etc., supply goes up, demand is softening a little bit. So yeah, that's all a good thing in my mind. John Hill says Yankee single game tickets are twice the cost of Texas Ranger tickets for the same day of the week, Tuesday evening. Section 103 behind home plate per Rays ticket site. So but what series are we going to the Rangers? I mean, this is the Yankees Rays series. This is, as I said, as big a July series at the Trop that I could ever remember. So, yeah, it's going to be. But here's the thing, John. Those are the tickets that are on sale now. If you bought a season ticket plan or other tickets, now I don't know if they jacked up. They had already had the prices jacked up earlier for premium games. I know there was a little bit of a surcharge, but you still could have gotten $10 tickets. Obviously, those are probably all gone. And the other deals, it would be really cool if they could open the upper deck for the Yankee series, but they're probably, they're doing it for the Longo series. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, we'll see. Right Brain says, so Stephen A. Smith just came out with a response video doubling down on his comments about white dudes on the Lakers. Let's react. Timmy, would you like to react to that? Listen, we talked about this yesterday, and I think part of what Stephen A. Smith was doing was trolling a lot of, white folk to see how indignant they would get about his somewhat tongue-in-cheek take. And I just thought it was funny. Mm-hmm. I just kind of go back to the old days when we used to joke about all white teams and the Celtics. And, wasn't it? Now you talk about this stuff and people lose their effing minds. And I know it has historical stereotyping ramifications of the black quarterback and all that other stuff, which is like, we've put it all to bed though. Like, we're better now. Can we just not recognize that instead of dragging us down into every, can we just laugh about it? Like, I'm laughing at Stephen A. Smith. Oh, but it's a double standard. Okay. Guess what? Welcome to the United States of America. Yes, there's a double standard when talking about these things. And I recognize it. It's there. I'm not going to lose my mind about it. I'm just going to continue to laugh about it. I mean, people that want to make a big deal about black quarterbacks still, I mean, what are you doing? Unless you're trying to make an argument that white quarterbacks aren't getting enough opportunity these days. because everybody's looking for the next great athlete. That's part of it. It's happened at wide receiver and running back. Do we need to go get all pissed off about that?
And look, I would guess that the laugh, JP, that you said your reaction was, is probably the intended reaction that Stephen A. Smith wants.
No, he wants to see white people get really pissed off at him and prove that we're all horrible people. And some of you take the bait.
Just
I'm like, stop it.
Is all it is.
Stop taking the bait. Laugh about it.
Get Bayless starter kid is what he's becoming.
Yeah, I mean, and it'll be fun to watch. Hey, let's see how these honkies do. I say lean into it. Yeah. Snow time, Lakers, instead of showtime. Yeah. Let's lean into it and laugh about it. Come on, white boys, go get you some. Can't we just instead of, oh my God, did you see what? Yeah, there's a double standard. And now maybe somebody should come out and do the other side and then say, oh, well, Stephen A. Smith said it. Why can't I? And we can all laugh about it. We all know it's stupid. It's stupid. So let's laugh about it. Don't get so indignant about it. It's almost, it's Archie Bunker satire-esque. Laugh about it.
Yeah.
Come on now. Luka's a bad brother. Luka's a bad brother. And Reeves ain't no scrub. What you think you're going to do with a bunch of white boys? I don't know. Let's go see. Let's see how they do.
So ridiculous.
Yeah. Come on. Hey, listen, you got to sell tickets. Let's see what, will there be a boycott now where they're thinking about boycotting the Lakers because their three main players are white?
Oh my God.
Is that what we're doing next? Ridiculous.
You need to boycott the Lakers because they're going to suck. Doesn't matter what color the players are. They don't have a.
All right, let's take our final break. We'll come back and we'll award the tickets. Looks like Alejandro, you're in the lead here. Alex, Alex says Alejandro is my puppet.
Yeah, I saw that.
Man. Did I miss your great patriotic story to put your hat in the ring? You're not even here anyway. You can't get the tickets. So is there jealousy now? I have a favorite Peterman. I love that. Third generation plumbing, by the way. There's a patriotic company right there. PJ and John Rodriguez that run that over there. Great folks, great local businessmen. If you need anything done around the house, mechanical, plumbing, AC, they can do it at third generation plumbing. Great folks over there. You don't have to worry about getting cheated like all these other scammers out there. These guys have been in business since 1996, and they're absolutely phenomenal people. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling, which is the dynamic duo. Those are the most efficient, the most affordable, the best units that you can get for this Florida heat is American Standard Heating and Cooling, and that's what they use at third generation plumbing when they're installing new units. They only use the best because they don't want anything going wrong and besmirching all their 5-star reviews. Thirdgenerationplumbing.com. They also do AC. Give them a call. Tell them JP sent you. JP here for Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. I think the best way to experience a business is to use that business. And I just did at Genesis of Tampa. Just bought a GV70, a 2023, and it feels and drives all new. It's an absolutely fantastic car. The technology, the comfort, and the price, absolutely outstanding. Frankly, I never thought I could get into a car like this, but they made me a deal I could not refuse. And I also get the VIP service where you can just drive right up, their pit stop service. They'll top off all the fluids, make sure your air in your tires is good, new wipers if you want them. If you need extended service, they will come to you, bring you a courtesy car, and then bring your car back. What more do you want? The experience was just VIP all the way. And you can get that at Genesis of Tampa. And don't forget, you can get extended warranty, which I did. So I have worry-free miles up to 100,000. And all they do is just take it in. Actually, I don't have to take it in. They come to me. It's perfect. It's Genesis of Tampa right there, 801 East Bears Avenue, right off of 275. Go see them and tell them JP sent you. Big thanks to Italiano Insurance, the great folks over there. They will soon be part of Gallagher Insurance. A little name change, but same great folks, same great customer service you've known for over 65 years. They do all the work. You save all the money. ItalianoInsurance.com at 813-877-7799. Hey, the Golden Diamond Source wants to be your family jeweler. So don't wait any longer to find that one-of-a-kind perfect engagement ring for that special someone in your life. At the Golden Diamond Source, they can design anything you want personally. The Golden Diamond Source can help you trade in your old broken jewelry and use it towards a new purchase as well. And with gold prices at record high, now is the best time to do it. They only sell natural diamonds at the Golden Diamond Source. So if it's a real love, it should be a real natural diamond. Don't start your relationship with a fake diamond. Bad idea. And with the Golden Diamond Source first-time buyer program, you can learn all about the 4 C's in all the different shapes and styles. And they are able to show you a huge selection of inventory to choose from. And don't forget, 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you finance $5,000, it's only $83 a month. Make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source Diamond, 3800 Almerton Road, always online at goldendiamond.com.
It's the love you give only at Golden Diamond Source.
Hey guys, you already know that Riveters is the best sports bar in all of Tampa Bay, but now it gets even better for Rays baseball season. During all Rays games, check this out, $6 Tito's, $6 Jack, $6 margaritas, all during Rays games. Are you kidding me? And that's always a great pour from the great bartenders at Riveters. Great service, great food, everything is fresh, nothing is frozen. And let me tell you, if you want baseball and wings, you will not find any better than Riveters. Their sauces, like the blue cheese and the ranch and everything, is handmade, and the wings are big and they're perfect. Wings, baseball, Rays, Riveters. It all comes together during baseball season. Once again, in addition to all the great food and service, you get $6 Tito's, $6 Jacks, $6 margaritas. It's time to celebrate. Baseball season is back, and celebrate at Riveters. You know where it is, right there on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of the stadium. See you there at Riveters. Pitch Roofing believes giving back is part of doing business the right way. That's why they proudly offer exclusive discounts to those who gave the most to our communities, including veterans, first responders, seniors, and teachers. And for listeners of the JP Peterson Show, there's even more good news. Pitch Roofing is now offering a special discount just for fans of the show. With so many roofing companies coming and going in Florida, it's important to choose a contractor you can count on long after the job is done, especially when it comes to honoring your warranty. Pitch Roofing is built for the long haul with a reputation for quality, transparency, and standing behind their work. Whether it's a repair or a full replacement, their team delivers honest guidance, quality workmanship, and no high-pressure sales. Call 727-67-PITCH, 727-677-4824, or visit pitchroofing.com to schedule a free estimate.
Pitch roofing, roofing done right.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, thanks to the Pitch Roofing folks who came in yesterday. They're going to be up at the Villages tomorrow. If you want to drop by there, if you're up in the Villages area, we had a lot of fans in the Villages, by the way, Timmy. Yeah,
I bet.
Between their loofah changings up there at the Villages, they watch the JP Peterson Show. We appreciate that, ladies. Yeah, but yeah, the great folks there, at all of them. I'm getting some other messages coming in here. So do you guys, if you want the tickets, you got to let me know. Like if you want the Rowdy's tickets for July 4th. So if you give a story out there, because I need to know if you can go.
Which is tomorrow, by the way. It's tomorrow, right?
Yes, it's tomorrow. 6:00 kickoff. So yeah, we're going to go see the movie Young Washington.
I can't wait to see that. Yeah.
Then we're gonna go watch the Rowdies play soccer, and then we're gonna watch the fireworks. It'll be quite the day. And enjoy downtown St. Pete. They got a new Four Beachy there. My good friend Jeff Gigante, one of his many unbelievable restaurant offerings, just opened a Four Beachy at Sundial. So we're gonna check that out as well. So
I think I'll be
Jeff,
at Applebee's tomorrow.
Watching.
I think I'm gonna go hang at Applebee's tomorrow.
Why do you go to those corporate places? Don't you have any local places you drop your money? I mean, I guess
Applebee's. My money at Applebee's.
Still,
technically
there's
local.
people working at Applebee's. Yeah, I know.
Well, and it's a locally owned. I mean, the headquarters is here, so
Okay. But I like, the local haunts. That's what I wanted. Alex Nunn says, Alejandro, you win. I didn't award him the tickets.
Sorry,
yet.
awarding the tickets.
Well, I don't even see your story, Alex. Where's your story? He does ask, how big is that 4-game series of Rays and Yankees? It's going to be huge. Alejandro's going to the Wednesdays and Thursdays game. If pitching matchups are correct, I will see Cole and Rodon. We will take 3 out of 4 against the Yankees. Screw the Bronx bitches. Ooh, Edgy Alejandro is out today. Rick says he's going to Tallahassee for July 4th to help my son move. Let's see how they party in the Capitol. I did many of July 4th at up in Tallahassee. Many. They do it well. John Hill says, I remember that game with Rick Monday. He also said that flag is in the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown.
It is.
How about that? Rick says that was Gavin Newsom and his dad burning the flag. I didn't know that. Should have recognized the hair. Yeah. Australia, Egypt, 1:00 today. That's one of the few World Cup matches that just doesn't do it for me.
Who do we cheer for?
I don't care. That's the one I really don't care. Dave Waddle's 800-meter gold medal in 1972 wearing the cap. Remember, John Hill says, remember that? I do remember that. Yeah. I do very well. Those are like really indelible images. That's 72 Olympics, Munich.
Yeah, that's memorable for other reasons.
Yeah, but there wasn't just that. David Terry says February 1st, 2004 was a great USA moment at the Super Bowl halftime when Janet Jackson flashed her boobies.
It was just a nipple.
David, that is not going to win. That is not the patriotic story we were looking for. But thank you for your contribution. It was funny. Josh B says Hulk Hogan beating the Iron Sheik.
I remember that.
How about that? Was that when he remember when he lifted Andre the Giant?
Mm-hmm.
That was that was a big moment.
That was notable.
Mm-hmm. Rick says Rays can't miss the playoff. Todd says hold my milk and cookies.
That's right.
Todd, you stay away from the Rays. Thomas Casper has to chime in. It says Tampa people are fatigued with driving to St. Pete since 1993 to see the Lightning. Then build something bigger and better, finally. And that's what we're going to do. Mike says, what do you think they're going to do with Al Lang once the Rowdies move to Ybor? I would love to see Al Lang become a spring training home again for somebody. That is just a great spring training spot. The wet March in St. Petersburg on the water.
Like, I don't think you can now, right? Haven't they converted it fully into soccer? It's not really fit for baseball anymore, I thought.
No, I think they still can. I think it's still baseball. I think all those what the Rowdies do is temporary. They use the sideline and everything, but it's temporary. They could still play baseball there. I think that's what I'd like to see them do. I mean, I've heard a lot of different things, but I think that would be the best idea.
How come the Rays don't just move to Al Lang Field? You'd sell out.
Shut your hole. Mike H says in 1980 I was 11 and voted for Reagan. No, back then I don't think you could just walk in and vote like you can today. Eric Hayden won all 5 speed skating events. I remember that. The U.S. hockey team defeated the heavily favored Soviet Union, a historic upset. Do you believe in miracles? The Eric Hayden reference, nicely done, Mike.
Yeah.
Those tickets, do you want those Rowdies tickets? Let me know. Tim says that historic flag is now on public display.
Yep.
National Baseball Hall of Fame. That is correct.
I wonder if they got the gasoline smell out of it.
Team USA's men's, women's, and Paralympic hockey teams all swept Canada to win Olympic gold. It's not our national sport. What an incredible achievement. Okay.
What is our national sport here in America? Cornhole?
No. I mean, I guess our national pastime is baseball, which they don't even talk about it being a sport. It's just a pastime.
Yeah.
So I think they still win that. Our national sport has got to be football. I mean, come on. I'm not going to overthink this. It's football. Alex, give them to your puppet. You should stop. You should stop. Mike H says, I vote for Alejandro. The story about an eagle brought a tear to my eye. Okay. All right. You got to vote. We want to do this vote. Yeah.
Because they're doing it voting now.
Yeah. See, right brains. He hates you. Applebee's, really?
You know what? These days, Applebee's is a smaller business. I'm just gonna say, it is a small business. They've closed a bunch of locations, and I'm supporting my local bartender that I go to see that I'm still trying to get with. So,
look how Alex Nunn's butthurt says, "I'm not jealous. Hey, I have season tickets and literally give back. I just don't have a competition. If you're gonna give it to Buffett, come on, man.
Wow.
Now I feel bad. Well, who else wants them? Nobody else wants them. They're going to Alejandro. So speak up now. All right. That'll do it for us here today. Listen, guys, with all my heart, I love this country. I'm a patriotic freak. It's 250. It's 250. Don't care about Swifty. There, I said it. How about that? Yeah. Yeah. I love this country in so many ways for all our faults. It's given me an incredible opportunity to sit here and talk about sports each and every day. And to the men and women that fight for that every day, we cannot say thank you enough. And for the people, the Patriots, they're getting these founding fathers are getting a bad rap these days. Don't buy it. It's clickbait. It's not the truth. These guys, many of them were wealthy folks like Washington who owned great farms. And go watch The Patriot. You want to talk about who our founding fathers were? Go watch The Patriot. And that's who they were. They were landowners. Yes, some of them owned slaves. A lot of people did back then. Doesn't make it right. I get it, obviously. But many of them fought to set them free as well. So we're not a perfect nation, but I think we do a pretty damn good job given what everybody else is doing in the world today. We are the most philanthropic nation in the world by far. And there's so much that we get right that we don't talk about enough. And so I say, just celebrate that this weekend. Go out and celebrate with your fellow countrymen. Don't just sit at home. I know the traffic's bad and blah, blah, blah. Get out there and celebrate your country and the freedoms that so many incredible patriots died for. All right. And the men that founded this country, they put everything on the line to do it. In fact, 1776, 250 years ago, on this very night, the entire English fleet sat in New York Harbor, and a bunch of dudes with muskets and farm pistols, said, you know what? We ain't taking it anymore. And they stood up against the largest army and the most prestigious fleet in the world, and they beat their ass. With no funding, with no shoes on their feet, walking across frozen grounds and crossing the Delaware, all that shit. They did that and fought to win freedom that many of us are pissing away. So enjoy it. Stand up for it. If you don't, you're going to lose it. Have a great birthday. Happy birthday, America. We love you. And we'll see you on Monday.